So, very good day to everybody present here, and a warm welcome to all my dear students. So, today's class we will be discussing much more about the technologies, the various technologies for creating the web pages, and then we will discuss the second half of today's class about the data and the databases. Okay, so this is especially for you, my dear students and young researchers, and you can reach me at dr.kristoanand@gmail.com. So before beginning the session, let me thank God for giving me this golden opportunity to deliver this useful session, to share my knowledge among my fellow national, international participants, students, and young researchers. So today's class will discuss much more about the an introduction to dynamic web page, and we'll go about a short introduction to machine learning, the importance of data security. Then we'll discuss about cloud computing and what is the significance of chatbot, the various 3D elements, PWA, progressive web apps, and then AI, artificial intelligence, motion UI, and then you have augmented reality and then virtual reality. And we'll go with the blockchain technology. And the second part of today's class deals with the data, information, and knowledge, and then about the various databases, the various relational databases, and then we'll have designing a database, different data types, and then we'll have some inherent work. I've already posted them in the Google Classroom, and then the videos. There are videos which explain the knowledge of our topics. I think you can go through at your best available time. So this is an introduction to our dynamic web page. You can see a server-side dynamic web page is actually a web page whose construction is controlled by the application server, which is actually processing the server-side scripts. Okay. So here in server-side scripting, the parameters actually determine how the assembly of every new web page proceeds, which includes setting up of the client-side processing. So you can say a client-side dynamic web page processes the web page using the JavaScript. For example, whenever you are visiting any web page, if you right click on it, there is inspect element. So you will have the script that is associated whenever you run it in the browser as it loads. So JavaScript can interact with the page via a document object model or maybe DOM, document object model, query, page state, and modify it. Even though a web page can be dynamic on the client side, it can still be hosted on a static hosting service such as GitHub Pages or maybe Amazon S3, as long as there is not any server side code which is included. So you can say a dynamic web page is reloaded by the user, or it can be reloaded by a computer program to change some variable content. When it comes to updating information, it can come either from the server or maybe from the changes made to the page document object model. And this dynamic web page may or may not truncate the browsing history, or it may create a saved version to go back to. But a dynamic web page update using Ajax technologies will neither create a page to go back to nor truncate the web browsing history forward of the display page. So maybe using Ajax technologies, the end user gets one dynamic page managed as a single page in the web browser, while the actual web content rendered on that page might actually vary. So the Ajax technologies engine sits only on the browser, requesting parts of its document object model for its client from an application server. So you can say a DHTML, dynamic HTML, is an umbrella, maybe a major part for technologies and methods used to create web pages that are not static web pages, though it has fallen out of the common use since the popularization of Ajax. Okay. Here, when you consider a client-side scripting, maybe a server-side scripting, or maybe a combination of both the client-side scripting and server-side scripting makes for the dynamic web experience in a browser. This is the most important part in this trending world. This is ML, machine learning. So here personalization of content has become an important aspect of user experience, and ML, or what you call machine learning, is also called predictive personalization, which uses artificial intelligence to provide the most relevant information for every individual based on what they are searching for or interested at any given point of time. Something that was previously only possible with human intervention, but now it can be done automatically through the ML algorithms, which analyze incoming data about the user's preferences over time before making the actual adjustments accordingly. So that we need not have to repeat themselves, which show them similar items again. So that's the advantage. We automatically characterize the personal or maybe the human intervention. For example, you can take Airbnb or maybe Netflix, which uses this YAML technology by analyzing search queries made from screen prints inputted in their websites against stored preference profiles corresponding thereto. This generally enables customers to get tailored results while exploring either website, cataloging new movies or shows. For example, if I try to search in the Netflix, I'm trying to search one particular web series. Okay, I'm going for web series part 1, web series part 2, web series part 3. Even with the case of Amazon, I'm trying to search for one particular item. Like for example, miniature cooker. Okay, tiny cooker. I'm going to search for tiny cooker. So I'm going to get the results. Okay. For example, let us take the case I search for tiny fridge and I search tiny washing machine. Now next time I try to visit this Amazon website and I'll be getting maybe a tiny cup. Okay. Maybe a tiny mobile. Okay. Maybe something like that. It will be giving the search result. Okay, and it will be giving some suggestions, and maybe if I'm looking for a tiny radio. Okay, then okay, the price, maybe let us take in the case $20. Okay, and below I will be getting the suggestions of combo packs like tiny radio along with a tiny washing machine. It costs you maybe $50. Okay, so this is all about artificial intelligence in combination with machine learning. Okay, so this is predictive personalization. Okay, so also like what are all the other brands which are offering similar products, that also you will have the suggestions. So this is what you call to be machine learning. So ML technology has changed the way we consume content, and instead of personalizing an entire segment, you can actually identify each user particularly and cater to their interest with tailored feeds. Okay, for example, if you are going to plan a week-long trip abroad, okay, so accordingly you will have the suggestions. Maybe if you are maybe searching for any search item, query item in the Google, then you will have, okay, maybe the places and the cost for airfare that will be displayed. Okay, so that is machine learning. It takes your user input and gives some suggestions accordingly. Okay, and businesses realize how beneficial this is because it provides consistency in actually delivering the information while catering specifically to the customer needs without wasting money by targeting too many users at the same time. Okay, so this is what you call ROI, return on investment. Here ML is also being tested with Shabo to boost the customer interaction. You can actually connect with ML and chatbot developer to learn more about it. And there are several benefits of content personalization via the machine learning. You can analyze the site navigation and view durations. You can gain more insights via this testing, and you can experience the improved customer knowledge. You can easily optimize the web pages as well. So these are the advantages of content personalization via the machine learning. And here comes data security, or what you call it to be the information security. It is considered to be the most critical aspects in today's business world. And in today's world, there are a variety of ways to keep the information safe. One way is by utilizing a good firewall application and ensuring that all connections from outside sources have been properly screened for potential threats before they enter the network itself. Okay, so before entering the network, there should be proper screening. Okay, there should not be any intruder who tries to inadvertently accesses any particular information or article. So this will ensure no one ever get through without being inspecting thoroughly first. So it can be difficult to protect your company's intellectual property, especially if it contains sensitive information like customer names or maybe financial records that could compromise them financially by giving out their identity online, as well as putting other companies at risk for cyber attacks. So cyber attack is actually one such important scenario that we are experiencing every minute. Okay, so data security plays a vital role in providing the screening first and then entering the network next. Generally, it could cause huge blows with both reputation as well as revenue loss if data security is not properly maintained. And here comes the advent of AI, artificial intelligence. So it is necessary to provide best solutions when it concerns with the biometric logins, scanning, fingerprints, retinas. But there are always risks which are involved because you may not know who else has access to it. With the greatest advances in the data protection, now the web developers are having a good time to provide their customers with their secure content. And there are several advantages of data security. We have the self-content management system with strengthened security via the extended plugins and extensions, and it is able to pick hosts and servers with high security, and that is leverage the good firewall application as well. Now comes cloud computing. So this exploitation of cloud-based resources may be like storage or maybe networking and software. It's going to be an important trend during the pandemic, and it has emerged as a boon for organizations to shift towards the remote working, in part to data loss caused by the hard drives suddenly failing or power outages at the inconvenient times. So normally the best solution would be to go to Dropbox, where you can have all the files backed up automatically across various platforms without the risk losing anything vital, because they are stored on the top of the internet or maybe behind the net. Okay, normally you can consider this Dropbox as similar to your Google Drive. So whatever you can work online and you can save it, and anybody can access it at the same time. So cloud computing, it accesses the mobile or maybe applications, it has database, it has storage, and it has server even. And the services within the cloud computing, it has private cloud, public cloud, and hybrid cloud as well. So this method has been beneficial not only in reducing the cost but also in improving the flexibility, because the employees don't need access rights beyond what's actually allowed on the browser session management features. So there is no good advantages of using this cloud computing in a web-based application. Here there is no good storage space that are available to store a variety of data, and developers and application users can work over the application from different locations. Cost economic solution generally is the major advantage of cloud computing, because all the team members can be able to access this server, the web application at ease. So these are the advantages of the cloud computing. And then you have the chatbot, which are the new interface for web applications. Normally without the human support, you can have a chatbot. Normally when you go with any website, for example, let us take in the case I'm trying to look for a job in one particular company or maybe an organization. It will have an automatic chat book. Okay, for example, it will say, "Hi, please input your name." And if I try to enter Christo, and it says, "Hi, Christo, and what is your requirement?" And I will say, "Okay, I'm looking for a job. Okay, I'm looking for a job in this particular company. Okay, and I have not this much qualifications." And it will say, "Okay, you can mail to the email ID, or maybe you can visit this particular link." Okay, or maybe if I'm looking for any product, okay, if I'm looking for any product, then I can interact, and it will providing the services. Okay, so it's having like text recognition, it's having like voice recognition, speech recognition, and cognitive intelligence to provide appropriate answers, which can be pre-recorded or it can be live also. Okay, till now it was restricted only at the company side, but this coming year, definitely maybe in 2022, we shall see an increase in its usage, thanks in part due to these bots collecting questions from the visitors, analyzing them, and then providing helpful responses, just like how people would offer help over the phone call. So this is a very good advantage, because you need not have to have a human operator who deals all this thing. Okay, so we can have a chat bot to interact whenever the personnel is offline, and each bow has access not only to personal information about like name, but also browsing activity such as product preference history. They can get more personal information through the NLP, natural language processing techniques, rather than guessing words. And chatbots are a very good way for customers to get answers to their questions more quickly. When a chatbot fails, they pass the query on to the human authorities, who can provide the necessary assistance in less time frame. Okay. Maybe you can take a regular mail or maybe phone calls even. Rather than that, you can use a chatbot. And chatbots use NLP, natural language processing, so that humans have better interactions and conversion rates, while businesses see an increase in the sale opportunities from increased satisfaction levels. And if you want to harness the power of chatbot in the current era, you can hire a chatbot developer to create a explicable customer experience. Only thing, the customer should feel comfortable. Like whenever the customer types any query, maybe using voice recognition, okay, he or she tries to enter any query, the customer should get the pleasant experience, should get their requirements satisfied. Okay, so the advantages, you have seamless and timeless interaction with the customers, decreased cost of communication. There is obviously very less cost of communication, and increased customer trust and loyalty. So that's the advantage of using chatbot. And then you have the 3D elements. So 3D technology, it's a very incredible thing in web design. Whenever you have 3D effects, it will have an increased curve generally in this year 2022, due to its popularity and use of new elements, which are gaining speed with time as they incorporate more advanced technologies. Generally, with 3D elements, you can have an interactive experience for your website. Generally, it makes it easy for the users to stay back on site longer, or maybe you can offer satisfaction when looking at pictures or maybe videos about products online. The coming times, maybe in 2022 or maybe 2023, we will have like more inclusion of 3D technology in the UX part of the web design. And as far as designers are concerned, they are exploring newer areas. The developers are finding comfortable to utilize this medium more often. So we have three dimensions which enables them to bring out impressions at a best setting. Maybe industries like gaming or maybe movie production, which has been key implementers for some time now, while medicine has started adopting these practices recently due to its potential use. So generally the interactive world is becoming increasing nowadays in recent years, and usage of 3D elements in web designing as well as developing has made a significant change, will definitely make a significant change in these coming years. So there are benefits of using 3D elements in a web-based design. So here the realistic look of the objects over the screen, it's a very good advantage. So we'll have a realistic feel. Okay. And it is robust, it is reliable, it is modern, and there are attractive design patterns as well. And it offers a futuristic touch. So that's an advantage. And it can go with ease with other 2D images. And here comes PWA, Progressive Web Apps. So PWA is considered to be one of the latest web technologies or maybe trends used by the leading businesses. It is progressive web app. Just like mobile app, it offers advantages of both a classic website and a native app. So even in the offline mode like Google Maps, it offers faster loading. The response is tremendous and it has an app-like experience. If you consider maybe Uber or maybe Twitter, it relies on this web trend to offer a fabulous user experience. So here it uses CSS, HTML and maybe JavaScript in order to use as primary web-based technologies to build a progressive web. So here the businesses, the real-time businesses, the popular businesses which are turning to PWAs, notice reduction in page loading speed of up to 10 times. So 10 times the page loading speed gets reduced, or maybe the space is actually saved when you use PWA, progressive web. So if you consider the statistics or analysis, progressive web apps record 50% higher customer engagement. Generally, the Lancome registered 53% more mobile sessions, and Make My Trip. Normally, normally you use it for booking the flights. It registers 160% more mobile sessions. Twitter registered 25% more pages per session. Trivago, just like you do it online, it registered 150% more repeat visits. So using PWA, Progressive Web App, offers a good benefit. There is full responsiveness and browser compatibility. Discoverability and simple installation is a better advantage. Connectivity independence is a good advantage. It provides a real-time app-like interface, and there are push notifications, self-updates. It's a very good advantage. And security, privacy, authentication is a good feature of PWA, Progressive Web App. And now comes AI, Artificial Intelligence. So here in this modern era, chatbots are one of the most common tools to serve people, and it is now becoming a very important part of digital development. For example, like Facebook, WhatsApp, or maybe Microsoft, it is already making use of AI technology as well as chatbots. So artificial intelligence has the ability to enhance the business productivity by 40% or more. Even with the case of Accenture, popular software company called Accenture, it uses AI technology and it is able to enhance the business productivity. And integrating this AI in web development benefits, you can predict the customer preferences utilizing which you can form or you can develop, you can enhance the website's overall look and quality. So that's a best feature of AI. You can actually ask, what are your consumers thinking about buying next? What is the trending topic with the customers? What products are not liked by the customers? So which means those products you can eliminate. Okay. And what sort of products attract most to the customers? You can focus on it. Okay. So websites integrated with AI and Go technology offer higher customer engagement. Generally, the advantage is that you can provide a 24/7 problem solving potential, deep customer behavior analytics, and human like experience. So that's a greater advantage of using AI technology in today's world. And now comes Motion UI. it is considered to be one of the quite popular web trends, and this trend is all about integrating attractive and smooth animations on a website, and it offers a stylish look to your website. So motion user interface can be added to the multiple site components such as menu bar, maybe headers, or maybe scrolling, or maybe background scene. It tends to make the website more appealing, and generally users can have a trending experience. Smooth animation and motion user interface were already a trend in 2020, and it will definitely continue in 2021 or maybe 2022 and so on. So enhancing interaction has been an advantage of motion UI, attractive look to the website, and then it offers stylish visual design. So that's an advantage. And then you have AR and VR, augmented reality and virtual reality. It is considered to be the best web app development trends. It pleases the visitors with a real-time environment. You can make a good reach in the market, and there are many famous websites using AR or maybe VR technologies in their web app. Maybe like Myntra, where you purchase online dresses. Instagram, even you can post some videos, or maybe if you become so popular, maybe you can include promoted ads, and IKEA and so on. By integrating this famous web-based technology into your website, you can offer excellent user experience into the visitors. In 2021 or maybe in the coming years, this AR and VR will be one of the most trending web technologies in the web development arena. And augmented reality and virtual reality market is projected to reach $72.8 billion in 2024. Definitely, it will have a raise of over 54% 5-year CAGR over score. This is virtual reality and augmented reality. And finally, we have the blockchain technology. So blockchain is referred to as distributed ledger technology, DLT. So this distributed ledger technology, or maybe the decentralized technology, has the ability to record the transaction history, and definitely it will help in maintaining the transparency, openness. So here, using blockchain in web development, it can help introduce various payment gateways, and one such example is Google Doc. Here, Google Doc blockchain operations are secured. It is protected from the hackers and technological errors, and that's why the banking sector mostly prefers integrating this technology in banking websites. So by 2024, it is predicted that the blockchain market will grow to $20 billion in annual revenues. So secure payment transaction, secure payment gateway is a very good advantage of the blockchain technology, and fraud-proof contracts, cloud storage, supply chain management, and greater transparency are the advantages of using the blockchain